what I'm saying. That the woman is free. The woman is free to remarry, but you cannot remarry. How many years are there? Jumping to exciting conversation, particularly for the female gender. And tonight is no exception. Once you know it, I'm not always alone in the studios. I have my, well, I have my ladies in the house. I have, okay, no. I have to talk in the house. See, I knew you were expecting. No, okay. I'm not introducing you first. I have to talk in the building.
Thank you. It feels so good to be here.
Yeah, I mean, this is your first appearance on
yes,
this.
Yes, it is actually.
You're welcome on our show.
My player.
Okay. Deborah, before you beat me, introduce yourself.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Adebola Adeleke. Yes, like I just said, the most beautiful girl on this planet. And it's nice to be here once again tonight to give you a full gist and also fun on the show.
Okay. You know, whoever is watching you from home would think, oh man, she's so soft-spoken. Nah, lie.
I don't understand.
Nah, lie, because once the conversation begins, you know that, no.
Temtope can actually be nodding her head to this.
No. Yeah, I mean, she knows you.
I'm only confirming what she said.
Why would you actually confirm that?
No, because
I'm actually soft-spoken, please.
Oh, really? So, how's the week been? I mean, it's been an interesting week. It looks like 2025 is rushing.
And March seems to be like
very fast, right? Thank God.
But February was not fast too.
February was fast.
No, February was not. I could remember.
Okay. And maybe because you spent all your money in December doing no so but those of us that we did savings and then we are enjoying the new year, the year seems to be moving so fast. Sure. And then you're wondering, March almost ended.
It's almost.
But here we are, right? On Ladies Lounge tonight, and we have an exciting topic to talk about. Because you'll be wondering, why is them talking here like this? It's because they're talking about something exciting tonight, and you will want to find out, right? After those break, do stay with us. Yes, still Ladies Lounge, and of course we're still in the studio with your ladies. So we're here to make you to give you a pleasant weekend, and it's Friday night. So we are thankful that you're joining us to have a smooth and fun-filled weekend. Tonight we'll be talking about backup plan in relationship. Okay.
That's deep.
For me. Okay.
Because I was wondering, like, okay. So we'll talk about backup plan. I mean, some persons feel like it's a smart move to have a plan B in a relationship, and relationship now would mean friendship, girlfriend, boyfriend, romantic relationship, marital, like all of that. Some persons are of the opinion that having a plan B is a wise decision because you never know, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
That's
but it
good.
Okay. But the question would be that, is it right to really have a plan B? Is it right to make plans outside of the main plan? And well, in what context should backup plan be admissible? Because now we did say that it can happen in pre-marriage relationship, and then it can happen marital relationship also. Now, I think first of all, before we begin to talk about, okay, does it make sense? I mean, should we do it? in what context should you do it? I think we should look at what qualifies as backup plan in relationship. Why?
What actually qualifies as backup plan in relationship? I actually feel there shouldn't be anything called backup plan in a relationship in the first instance.
Why, you know?
Because the thing is, if you're not interested in someone in a relationship, just move out. Because having a backup plan is like your decision is divided, your attention is divided, and the thing is, you can't give your 100% to both parties, or even if you have more than one.
But what if I'm interested, but then I'm thinking that way I have to be smart because anything can happen.
Because anything can happen, okay.
Yeah.
For you to decide, for you to think that anything can happen, then that means there are some signs you already seen in the first person. You already see some things that you don't want, you don't like in that person already. And then you feel like, with what I'm seeing, I don't think I want to go further. Or maybe, even if I'm man, let me still have this person, another person as a backup plan. So in case when this person messes up, or maybe I feel I can't go further with this person, then I'll have someone to fall back to. And which is why it is not time for you, when you get to that stage, is when you need to start to decide that what exactly do you want.
No, before you
I'm not
before you take us far. Before you take us far.
Okay. I'm not taking you far yet. And so, but
We are not there yet. Like, we are not there yet.
But pause. Hold your thoughts first.
Okay.
Now, what qualifies as a backup plan?
And you know, this issue is like an appetizer and the main menu.
Interesting.
When you have a main menu, I still want to like have a taste of an appetizer to prepare you for the main menu. That's how I say it. Like something has already whet your appetite, but the backup plan is now the main menu for you. And all of this born out of the fact that we have insatiable desire for perfection in marriage. I'm sorry, in relationship. Like we are looking forward to having a perfect man, a perfect partner. So perhaps you see two qualities in a particular guy, another quality, and you just want to, okay, let me see if I can actually get to one that have everything I desire in my dream man or in my dream woman. So it's born out of we having insatiable desire for it. But like I said, appetizer, okay, let me just taste this, let me see how it goes. And if along the line, things turn upside down, I still have my main menu. But talking about qualities, like I said, we can't have it perfect. There is no relation that is perfect. I keep saying it. But particularly for ladies, we have a lot of dream. Like, this is the particular guy I want to end up with. This is my spec.
like a fairy tale.
Exactly. So, but because we can't see everything in a particular guy, we want to look, okay, let me just see how I can maneuver it, how I can navigate it, so that maybe perhaps if I have 3 of 10. But above all, the main menu, so if we have your main menu, so what happens to the appetizer later? These are the guys that you have led on for, let's say, months or year. And you know, you don't toy with emotions. You don't toy with people's emotion. So that should be one of the things that should drive you in relationship. So if you are going for a plan B, at least, maybe it should not be something that's, okay, is it a plan B now? Or a backup plan?
Yes,
don't let it
B.
be something that you go into like deeply. You can start with, well, like the friendly relationship, or something that is not too deep, not something so serious. For instance, you can start as a friend or just friends. But by the time it's becoming something that is going on for like 3 months, 4 months, a year, and you are still saying that is a backup plan, that is not leading anywhere, excuse you.
but no, see, I think we should be sincere. See, I don't think that people set out in a relationship to have backup plans.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like sometimes the dynamics of the relationship changes, and then you begin to tell yourself like, babe, it's like you should be smart. This relationship looks like we are not getting to the permanent site anytime soon. And then time is going, you know, for women, we begin to talk about the biological clock and all of that. And especially when you see your friends, people are getting married, and then you're with one guy who is still waiting on a lot of things. You know how guys wants to achieve a lot of things, and then you're like, for how long should I wait? And it's like, I want to marry you, but wait now, wait now, wait now. And then there's somebody who suddenly develops interest. And then the person is eyeing you, are like, say that.
And
Don't worry.
And he's ready to go.
Yeah, the person is ready to go. I mean, that could
her.
be a backup plan. And if push comes to shove, and then you pick the person that is ready and available when the pressure becomes too much.
I think that brings us to the fact that you define the relationship before you start. Okay, let's know. Okay, what is the goal you want to achieve with
But
this
do you know that defining relationship actually most times is not even coming? Because the thing is, you start as friends, then before you know it, sometimes you're not even aware that you develop feelings for each other. It's when you get to a particular stage, you feel like, wow, okay. Maybe when you realize your conversation, the kind of relationship you guys now have, that's when you realize that I think we've already even gone beyond friendship. Because most times you don't even realize it, because what you started off was as a friend. You started off as a friend and this relationship keeps kicking in, then start going out, as a friend, still as a friend. You start talking from morning to night, still as a friend. All those things still falls under as a friend, but you do realize that you guys have developed deep connections and deep feelings for each other. It is later you now realize that I think I can't live a day without this person. It's as if I can't go. My day is incomplete without this person.
Wait, you have a main plan, and then your backup plan is the one that is giving you sleepless nights.
Yes, because that's why I said initially, like, that means that for you to even start a relationship with someone, as in even a friendship whereby you guys talk for too long, and then your main relationship, your main partner, you guys do not have that time. It's because something is already faulty in that main relationship, and that's why you give attention to the next person. You give more attention to the other person, because what you want, what you desire from your partner, you're not getting it, but you're getting it from that person. But you still fall under the fact that this person is my friend. But that's because because your main partner is not giving you what you want.
So apparently, according to Debola's right, the backup plan can be the main plan. Wow, interesting. So now, I think we began to talk about why backup plans why people choose backup plans, fear of commitment and all of that. And for some persons, it's about not wanting to be left alone. At the end of the day, you've seen people. Recently, somebody was sharing a story like, why are you dating somebody for 6 years plus? What's happening? Why?
You're not the Lord of the Ring.
Really? Why should people go on? And that's what happens at the end of the day. You date for so long, and at the end of the day, the relationship doesn't work out.
Yeah. Because at long run, you start losing interest, and there is what you feel you don't see in this person, start seeing in another person, and you feel like, how did we even get here in the first instance? So, because the thing is, you guys have been together, you gotten too used to each other for too long, and then you just meet this person. There's this fresh breath that comes with this fresh atmosphere. Then you start developing feelings, and then wanting this person in your space. And
now, talking about that, how if you're with somebody for too long, sometimes it gets boring. Let's now take it to marital context. Okay. Because when people get married, they're together forever.
Yes.
So you guys are stuck. So backup plans in marriage. Let's begin with the experts. Yes, you've done this for how many years, please, because
the floor is yours.
I don't see any reason, or ideally, you can have a backup plan before marriage. But in marriage, it's for better, for worse. So, because for you to have, say I do, that means you've weighed your options before you can get to that point where you say, okay, yes, I'm ready to settle down, I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with you.
What if you did not weigh your option? What if it was a matchmaking kind of thing? It was a pressure kind of thing? Are you going to marry the marry?
that is why it's good for you to always like shuffle it before entering to that institution, because it's a no going back institution. So you can't say you want to have a backup plan. By the time you say you have a backup plan in marriage, that is infidelity. There is no name we want to call it. So ideally, the only where all of this play out is before marriage. Though the red flags might be there, but in as much you overlook it and you didn't work on it before you guys settle down, then it's your cross for you to bear.
Wait, but talking about marriage, I mean, backup plan doesn't necessarily have to become a main plan. Because now, what if it's just, I mean, talks, sharing of ideas and all of that. See, the truth of the... seriously.
Okay.
I see.
You have the floor.
Yeah. You see, you go online and then you see some of these stories about people saying that, oh, when I married my guy, it was this, it was that, but along the line, it just, the spark was no longer there. Then I have a friend, so we talk, we share ideas. I mean, that helps you stay in the... Okay, yeah, interestingly. Okay, now I just remember something that when people said, there was a time people said that side chicks make the marriage grow stronger.
Oh.
No, but honestly, but that's not true. Now, because you know sometimes there's the whole thing just becomes boring, and then because you have somebody you can share with. So it makes
not necessarily to be a male gender.
So it just makes the marriage bearable for some persons, and then they begin to also rediscover themselves in the marriage and all of that. So what if it's just some talks here and there and just like you know, I mean, we could have been friends for a while and then we were talking. It doesn't really mean that the backup plan has to become a main plan, but just like a plan that just helps you stay sane. In the marriage, so to speak.
Well, if we are not talking about a backup plan with ex or someone that you've had history with in the past, I think that can fly.
But do you think that can actually fly?
It can.
Because the thing is, sorry, if it has to be an opposite gender, I'm talking about now we're bringing in both the male and female in this contest. But now you are talking about having an, let's take the man for example. Now you're now having an opposite sex as your backup, as someone that you joke, that you talk to and you share with. That's actually dangerous. I would say.
Okay.
I'll actually say it's dangerous because the thing is now you see your wife has been boring. And now you want someone else that you can chat with, you can talk with before you know it. But see, it might just start, it might start as a pure intention.
What if she becomes boring at some point?
Why did she become boring? That is a situation whereby you need to sit down and fix what went wrong. Because the thing is now that you're talking about sharing, when it comes, if it was a fellow male gender, there won't be an issue. Okay. But now you're talking about opposite sex. The thing is, you start with a pure intention, but you're not even sure of the intention of the other lady.
Or the other guy.
Or the other guy. So if it's both, talking about both sides. And now, so which is why it is very, very dangerous and very, very dicey at this moment. You can have someone as your fellow gender in this kind of situation when it comes to marriage to help you resuscitate whatever thing that you felt is dying. But once it has to do with, before you know it, you yourself don't even have that mind of having a backup plan.
Okay.
But it will just generate into
at
that
point, communication is key.
Okay.
So at that point, you can sit your spouse down that this marriage is becoming boring. And these are the things I think we can use or we can do to spice it up. And if you see that he or she is not forthcoming, and perhaps you have somebody that you can talk to. Okay, can I share an experience?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you're here.
Okay, I think at a point, I would say I got married at the age that maybe I wasn't prepared for. So when I got married, it was like, I was asking myself, are you really sure you want to do this? So, and at that point, Jola, I know that. Okay, should I maybe I should.
No, yeah,
sorry. You know what? Sorry, I'm so sorry. But when we were talking about it, I remember a picture of you I saw when you go and that's the picture that was playing in my head, like, oh.
So the first year of the marriage, I wanted a man like my father, like someone that's like a replica of my father, but that wasn't him. So I complained, I sat him down, this is what my daddy did before he died, he passed. So he would shout that, no, I'm not your dad. This is me, and you are here. I was like, is that a trait? Like, it was that tough for me. So it got to a point I stopped talking to him. And I have a guy, though he was my ex, that we started talking. He was married then too. So we started talking like, this and this. I don't know, this is how marriage is. So maybe I wouldn't have got married at that point. Maybe I would have waited a bit. He was like, just take it easy. That's marriage for you. So when I noticed where the conversation is towing towards, like heading to, I was like, okay, I think I have to set boundaries at this point. Sure you understand. Yeah. So it got to a point where he was asking me some questions, like, I don't know. So when it got to that point, I know that I need a break at that time.
That was because you know how to set boundaries.
Yes. So I called my husband back that, Alawi, see, if we don't have this conversation now,
I mean, you're having it with somebody outside the house.
If we don't have this conversation now, and you are just overlooking it, like you are not paying no attention, that might be a problem.
Yeah,
you might have problem. So communication is very key. And aftermath of that, things changed. Sure you get. But if you don't have that conversation and you think that everything should be going on like that, that other partner you are chatting with, you are having that conversation with online, it will just go extra. And before you know it, you guys will start seeing each other.
That's it. That's what I was saying. Because it's actually, because the thing is, most times you always want a safe space, want an easy way out of situations. And then we find ourselves in a situation whereby it lands us into trouble and into a bigger one at that. Because you're like, this person is not listening to me. This person is always lacks communication, does not have, is not intentional about what we have and everything. Okay, I think I'm getting something elsewhere. Then let me divert my attention. So whether he does it, maybe you're tired of complaining, you're tired of having to help him change, and then he's not showing up that I am ready to change. Then you see someone giving you what you want. Then before you know it, you start tending towards that person.
And have you ladies realized something? I mean, before you got married, did you notice that when you enter into a relationship, that's when it looks like people are seeing you. I mean, other guys are now seeing you. Exactly. I mean, all those years that you were single, all those years that you were not committed to anybody, nobody was seeing you. But then the very day that you decide that you're committed to somebody, that's when people that are better, they feel like, where have you been all my life? They don't have to commit to and I feel like sometimes that's why people choose backup plans, and they just feel, most especially outside of marriage, you just feel like, okay, I mean, this person also ticks all of my boxes. So it doesn't really matter if I'm already committed to somebody, I can still put this person at and for guys, I think guys do these things a lot. They have multiple girls, and when they are just ready to get married, they just pick one. I feel like, I think this one will be the best. And sometimes when they now get married, they realize that that's not the best person. And then they begin to also look for another backup plan, and which leads to all manner of things. Now, there's this thing it just crossed my mind now, that don't you think that in relationship last before getting married now, don't you think that having backup plans can actually make the other party more committed in a relationship? Because I've seen cases where this relationship was going on for so long, and then the lady had to tell the guy that somebody is asking to marry me, and I'm going to say yes to the person. We are not picking a date. And before we knew it, brother that was not ready
that
before,
was not serious.
that was saying that he was one that went to pick dates and say, oh God, calm down now, wait. He said no, that he has picked dates, is ready. So don't you think?
Your loss.
So don't you think that, I mean, having backup in a relationship could actually make the other party more committed to the relationship and then act accordingly?
Ah,
Yeah, thinking about it.
because the thing is, I actually don't buy into having a backup plan anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Because one thing I feel like is, if you don't want someone, let the person go. And then just go for maybe you want someone else, just go for the person. But having two people in your life, it's kind of, number one, is stress on you. And then if the person that is a backup plan gets to know that I am the backup plan, at the long run, you might end up losing on both sides. So I don't even know. But okay, your question now is like, so having
To make
to make
the
him
person
serious, or
committed.
maybe let's look at both genders, because as it is, we have in the female gender, we also have in the male gender.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's if the person is actually interested in you in the first instance and serious about you. You might even tell there are some guys you will tell them that you have someone. Some of them will tell you go with the person. Because as you
that means the person never loved you in the first instance.
because as you think now, you think that you have a backup plan. The guy also might also have a backup plan. So when you tell him that,
Everybody's looking for
so when you tell him that you have someone else that is ready to get married to you, there are some guys that will tell you. There are some guys that are nonchalant. They don't care.
Yeah.
So because they are focused on their goals and they want to attain this before they get married, if you can't wait, they'll tell you you're free. Some might not even have backup plan, but because they are the kind of person that this is my focus, this is what I want to achieve before we get married, and I've explained to you, and it seems as if you're not ready to wait. So that it won't be as if I'm delaying you, I think you should go.
Okay. I think that's right. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that because you have a backup plan, somebody's going to commit to you.
But that is good if they both know. Like if the lady lets the two guys in her life know that you are not the only person here. But in a case, okay, what if in a case where the lady is not letting the other guy know that I have other person?
She's double dating. That's it. But
because the one you just cited now is like, okay,
I mean, she did
mention it that
Yeah.
I have someone else. So in case you are not
But the
serious
thing
with
is,
it,
even mentioning that I have someone else, how do you think it's going to go
actually,
well
rivalry
with
is
it?
actually dangerous.
It is. And you think it's going to... The guy, let me tell you something. Having to tell a guy that I have someone else, that's a big mistake.
No,
Because the thing is, even if you are being sincere with this guy, and then you're serious with this guy, and then you're loyal, guys have this mentality that whenever, even you just change a little bit,
So
they'll
just feel
think,
like,
is it because of this person? Is it because of, and it's going to, even when you get married, it's going to affect your your marriage, because let me put it that way.
It's just unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate that the dynamics of dating and marriage has changed in this century. I mean, you see people even walking into it's more permissible in dating relationship. I mean, we have mentioned it, but then you see people entering to marriage and telling you that then if it does not work, I'm leaving. Like and then you know basic things, and then you say, oh, so what do you think about it? You say, yeah, dear knows if he does this, me, I'm out. Like my bags are packed down, and you see people. 6 months, even marriage from reception, they're already fighting.
Yeah.
So really, so it feels like people are with the mentality of exit. Nobody wants to wait and be patient. Nobody wants to be, patient really and persevere when it comes to relationship and marriage these days. But well, there's still a lot to talk about on backup plans in relationship. But let's take a break, and we'll be back. Do stay with us. Still very much in the studios, and tonight is an interesting night. We're talking relationship, talking about backup plans in relationship, and of course we hope that you're enjoying the conversation as much as we are enjoying the conversation here in the studio. Now we've talked about backup plans in marriage, in dating, and all of that. Now, thankfully, and I remember that you were, I think it was Debola, and then you corroborated on how having backup plan could be dangerous, and how rivalry could be a very, very dangerous thing. Now, what happens if the other party realize, okay, no, I think, let me go first. You. Yeah, so how would you feel if you realize that you're somebody's backup plan?
That's actually going to be that's actually going to be devastating, because that's not nice. Because for me to realize that I am actually someone's backup plan, it's kind of heartbreaking, because it feels like you are an option, not a priority.
Even if you back your own backup becomes the main backup at the end of the day.
Your own?
Like, no, yes, now.
Exactly.
You know, there are some backups that become the main backup, really.
Main backup.
Yeah,
So
I know
so
that,
what
but
happens?
still,
It makes
there's
you feel
there's this thing that still makes you feel like, if let's say for example, like maybe the guy just make a little mistake or hurt you in a little way, you just feel like, is it because I am like more of an option or a backup plan for you, that's why you're treating me that way? Is it because you still have somebody else in your life as in your main babe, and then that's why you're treating me this way? And then that thing is that, and before you know it, gradually, when even something that you could have done on just normal ground, whereby if you were the first and then you just said so, or maybe you just overlook it and everything, you count on it, because and there's this fear of, at the long run I might lose him, at the long run we might not be together. So before you know it, even you yourself start thinking of, let me start having a backup plan for myself, like talking about my emotions to, like, if I'm attached to this person, I'm obsessed with this person, I'll start thinking of, how can I work towards not being attached to this person again? How can I stop unloving this person? Because number one, it start killing you and damaging you gradually. And then, because there's this fear of, at the long run, talking about time, you might feel your time is wasted. And then at the long run, this guy still chooses the main babe over you. You feel like, I've wasted enough time. And then you feel like, so what's now the essence of staying and then also being together with this person? So you start thinking, so a lot of things, and then and gradually, as all those things are happening, you're getting damaged. You're getting damaged gradually, most especially emotionally. Even if a guy comes to you and then the guy is not even having you as the main, you still have the thought of, what if this person, and the person, maybe this one might just be blunt with you and then bring it out to you late before you're like, okay, I have a main babe, but I still love you. And I want, but another person comes into your life, the person is not telling you, and then, but there'll still be something like, what if this person have someone is dating and is lying to me, and then maybe just deceiving me, and then there's this thing that still come with, I hope I'm not an option in this person's life too. So all these things are actually very dangerous, and then it's actually something that it will break someone and it will damage you. Not to talk of the present relationship. I'll see that more. I see the backup plan more of like a situationship.
Exactly.
It's more of a situationship than a relationship.
I've created names for everything.
It's not a situationship. Like seriously. So the thing is, it's a 50-50 for you.
Sure.
So you either end up as the main character in his marital life, or you end up like a waka pass. That is it. And then at the long run, you get damaged no matter what. As in, there's no way you want to do it. You can't escape it. So it's actually something that is actually heartbreaking, when you have to know that you're not the main person, because there are some afterthoughts that comes with it.
And you know what? Messing with emotion is killing.
Yeah.
It is killing. And you know, sometimes guys come up with excuse why they have backup plans. Because some might say that, oh, there is a maybe parental interference. Let's take for instance, maybe there is a particular lady the parents want the guy to settle with, but that is the main, what do we call it now? The main lady somewhere that, okay, that he really likes, that he really loves. But this is my parents also putting pressure on me that no, okay, for some family business, for some reason, this is the lady we want you to settle with. And it keeps coming to you that, don't worry, this is just like, it's not going to work. You are my main person, you are my main girl. And before you know it, what do you want to do? Because you two love this guy.
Yeah.
We've seen scenarios like that. You two love this guy, and this is the guy that this is the lady that the parents want him to settle with. So there is a twist already. So it now depends on how the guy plays it, or perhaps he has to stand up to his parents and let them know that this is my stand on this. But along the line, you that is the main chick, you have to exercise patience for him to figure it out. Seriously.
But it's not actually easy, if you know
I
that.
know it is not, but if there is an assurance that he's still coming back, he just needs time to figure it out with his parents.
Like how long do you think that should take? Because the thing is, when you say you want to give...
But you guys, so at that point, you will have that conversation that, let me know at this point, if you are going to settle with whoever your parents are bringing to you, or me.
That's
you,
quite risky.
Okay, let's take for it. I want to ask a question. What if this guy have been dating this person for years? The lady's already used to the family and then now the guy is like, yeah, since he have someone else in his life, like talking about the backup plan, and then now he wants to go for the backup plan, and then but because of the relationship the main baby already have with the family, he doesn't know what to do. So what do you think can happen?
The lady that is getting close to the family, on what ground?
No, she's already close to the family.
On what ground?
That? Have you been married?
Are you a domestic staff?
No, they've been in this relationship for years, and then
How long?
let's say
What
for like
type of
almost 5 years.
relationship?
As in now it is actually a relationship leading to marriage.
5 years.
They're already
That was
engaged.
stated.
That was
Was it
it was
stated?
stated, yes. So they're already
They've
engaged.
done introduction.
Yeah, maybe
No,
like
no, see,
the introduction they've actually done is my family meets your family, yeah, but not the normal.
That story. I mean, really, honestly, I feel like for ladies, we make this mistake.
Of course.
I mean, and you're right. Why are you close to his family? Why have you become a part of his family when he has not actually made you officially?
He has made
Part
you
of
official.
No,
What is official?
official is getting engaged. They put ring on your hand.
I think
You have not
let's assume that he did it.
You have not done introduction. Your boy is not banding. You have not even done engagement too, until there's a license that says that either traditional marriage or for persons who cannot afford to go to it. Once it is traditional marriage, that is when you have become a wife. Oh. It does not matter if the family know your family from when they gave birth to you.
Or you come to assist with house chores in
You
the house.
know, and they are doing party. You are doing a shebi for
Yes,
children of the.
marketplace.
My God. No, really. I feel like sometimes, and you're right. The guy can get. See the guys. I feel like sometimes, okay, maybe not all guys, but some guys, they get bored easily.
Yeah.
Like they become so used to you that they're like, okay, so what else? What's new? And then, like you said,
a lady telling a guy that, give me reasons for me to miss you. Like, give me some break. Like you are too close for comfort.
You're already going to the house every time. Are you sure you know about they don't like you in your own family? Why? Yes, really. Why are you jumping up and down over a guy?
But actually, it's not about not being loved. There's some people how people get emotionally attached to people is different.
That's the way people see you. It just feels like maybe you have never been loved in your life. Honestly, it reeks of desperation. I know that some persons like they are so homely that sometimes even things they cannot do in their house, they'll go to mother-in-law's place and go and be doing it. Why now? Really?
Yeah.
Wait until let them marry you first.
They try to be nice anyway.
The guy can get somebody else and you end up all those years are wasted.
That is exactly. That's one of the. That
Those years are wasted.
And these are the reasons why when the guy tells you no, then you become broken.
Yeah,
you become
don't do
a
that.
shadow of yourself because you feel like I've done this for your family, I've done this for you, I've done this, I've done that, and then now you're not telling me no. And then most times it's always like a problem also to the guy to say no to the lady, maybe because he's actually tired or maybe you have some sort of disrespect also in the relationship, but because of the years they spent together, because of what he feels the lady has done, then you find it difficult to say no, because all those things are actually things that when we talk about this topic,
I know, it's exhausting. You can't exhaust it.
I actually feel like, I mean, we've all agreed that backup plans are not, I mean, they are not the best.
No.
So I think we should be learning to build a secure relationship, a relationship that is devoid of backup plans. And you mentioned something, I think at the earlier part of the show, about communication.
Yeah.
Really, I don't see a reason why there should be a side chick, a main chick, or yes, either in marriage or in a relationship. The truth of the matter is, if there's something, before you decide that you even want to date somebody, you should have sat down, think about it. And that's why when people say, oh, I met her, love at first sight, really, I feel like love at first sight is a myth. Because the truth is, you can be attracted to somebody at first sight, but then you get to know them because it is beyond physical. Getting into a relationship is beyond physical. At the end of the day, see, that beauty that you feel like, oh, it's making your head go crazy will no longer count.
Yeah, sure.
By the time you guys start living together, that's when you realize that, ah, man, this girl can talk. Oh. I mean, I don't like talking. This one can do this, oh, and I don't like it. So really, so is it because she's fine now? You now marry somebody that would come off a joke by
so that they want beautiful babies.
So really, people should learn to communicate their wants and needs, and let the other party know. And if they are not fulfilling, before you get married, if you know that this person is not fulfilling your standard, really, I mean, just work out. It's better to have. I know that. I mean, all those days in Lydia and all of that, they're telling us, it's better to have a broken relationship than a broken marriage. Yes, now you go to camp and then they are telling you to pray. The relationship that is not of the Lord should break it. And you know, some of us will feel like, what kind of prayer is that? And they tell you.
That's one of the prayer that God answers faster.
Yes.
Before you know it, when you pray about certain relationship, like, God, if this person is not for me,
everything will just be.
Even before they break, you just see that everything just starts crumbling and everything. And which is why, like you said, I think communication is just the key word.
Very key.
Communication is just the key word. When you see something's already going on and going wrong in your relationship, sit down and talk it out. Even if it has to deal with having a whole day to talk this out, talk it out. I'm kind of person that before I actually run away from communication, from conversation when it seems hard. But now I'll be the first person that will call you. Please, let's have this conversation, because this conversation is important, because I've realized that conversation takes you to the next level.
Yeah.
What exactly do we want to do next after this situation? Now, this is who you are. I'm having problem with this kind of person you are. How can we have a common ground to make sure that we all understand one another, and then we put this relationship further and we don't have issues? And then, like, people do say that marriage is like a black market. Like, you do it sometimes. Sometimes it's like
speaking from experience.
I don't understand. I don't know why you are telling us about marriage now.
No. It's because I've listened to people, and then at least I think I've discussed it out. So you better don't deny it. So the thing is, actually most times we all there's some things that you see in relationship that when you get to married, you might think, once you think you've seen it all in your relationship, but when you get married, there's some attitude that start coming out that you feel like, where is this coming from? And these are part of things that makes a man or a woman have backup plans sometimes, whereby you just be like, I didn't see this in you while we were courting, and there was no sign of it. So where's this coming from? And then this is why communication will still have to come in, like, what's causing all this? What's bringing out all this other attitude from you? Is there anything I've done wrong? Is there anything I'm not doing right? And let us work towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so how then do we build secure relationship? Besides communication, I think we've talked a lot about communication. Yeah. Besides that, what else is there to do?
Just understand yourself. Understand that this is what my guy or my spouse wants. This is what he doesn't want. Sometimes it might not sit well with us, but we have to adjust. It's not everything that my husband does that sits well with me, but I will adjust. So if you can adjust, it's not that easy. I must confess, it's not that easy, but it takes grace and it takes commitment. You have to be intentional.
Yeah.
You have to be intentional that I want this change. So understand his love language. understand everything about him, and also now you now pattern that marriage towards that, so that this is what he likes, this is what he dislikes, and that's how you pattern your life in that relationship. And before you know it, everything seems to be all right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I love where you're wrapping it up from. That's a part of commitment, because love actually does require commitment. Whatever it is you feel like is doing your body giz now. Really, I mean, you see all of those sparks, and sometimes it just gets boring and all.
Because even the backup plan you say you have in marriage might mess things up.
You see,
You not even mind, they will mess things up.
Obviously.
I actually feel like backup plans because you are actually not, you guys are not together yet. So it feels, you know something, they say, all this, if you are stealing something, stealing in small, it feels good. It feels, you see all those small, all those things that people are not saying outside, is like it feels sweet to you, and that's because it is forbidden. And it is, so it's like it's sweetening your body. But then when that person, people that have used backup plan as main plan, sometimes they end up regretting it. Because all those things that you feel like your main plan was not doing. I mean, the backup plan would be worse. Or because that person was just appealing to your emotion at the time that you needed emotional comfort. So you just feel like, oh, that's the best thing. So commitment is key. Once you've made up your mind that this is the person I want to be with, really, there was a reason why you decided to be with that person in the first place. So
think about the first love, how you guys started.
Honestly, remember all of those things before you decide to call it quits.
And so if you have backup plans,
that's another one.
serve them breakfast.
Honestly,
and
really.
stick to the main plan.
I mean, be focused, really be focused, and know exactly what you want and go for it. That's much of the Technical Ladies Line tonight. Thank you to Ntoko for coming.
It feels good to be here.
Alrighty, and of course, this is where we'll wrap it up till we come your way again next week, right here on Ladies Lounge. My name is Adiola Adeguge.
And hi, I'm Adebola Adeleke.